Hey everyone, welcome to the Hobby Grotto. Today I'm going to show you how to paint the funniest little guys in 40k Grots. I'm starting with an overbrush of Rhinox hide over the whole model, and this is a super fast way to provide a good base colour to work off, while also very quickly getting all the brown bits like straps, pants, holsters, hats, all that stuff done. In addition to providing a good base, it's also going to cover up any areas we missed with the black undercoat with another suitably dark colour. Very handy. You can just use a regular silver for all the metallic bits, but I like to mix some brown in with my Iron Warriors to create a more dingy metal, which is perfect for stuff like Grots. Or should I call them Gretchin, their official name? I don't know, I like Grots. There was an old colour in the previous Citadel paint range called Tin Bits, which was an orc staple, so this is also replicating that. You don't want your lads running around with shiny clean weapons, it's just not right. Before we paint the other colours, this is actually the perfect time to give all the metallics a quick dry brush of lighter silver, so when we hit them with a wash later on, they'll pretty much be done. Just another way to save time, and you don't have to be too careful here. In fact, a bit of patchiness and inconsistency just adds to the ramshackle effect. Time for the most important part, the skin, and we're doing a base coat of Warboss green, which is made even better by the fact that we're painting Grots. I'm sure they're all Warbosses in their own minds though. These minis were designed and sculpted by Mezgike, who is not only a fantastic painter, but it turns out is also awesome at making minis. If you've never seen his channel before, I highly recommend taking a look. I'll pop a link in the description, some amazing stuff on there. And of course, there are lots of different greens you can use for painting Grots. It's just going to come down to the personal look you want for your minis. But we're going for that classic look, and Warboss green is perfect for this. And remember, when painting focal points like faces, multiple thin coats is the way to go. Also, I should mention, this isn't a sponsored video. I just thought these little guys were really cool, so I picked up some of the pre-printed versions. I was actually thinking of making a proxy Gobbo kill team, but I think just having some Grots in the collection is important enough really. Sometimes you just get a hankering to paint some greenskins. Really nice quality with the prints too. These minis have some lovely crisp detail, even though they're very small. And as a bonus, it was nice not to have to drill any gun barrels. Mezgike knows what's up. Back to the painting though, tabletop minis look great with a feature colour. And orcs and goblins have this already kind of built in with the green skin, so we want something to complement this. Personally, I like to use bold colours like red, yellow and blue when painting orcs and gobbos. You can mix and match or just have one colour for the whole unit. The main thing is that you want to pick a random part of each mini to have this colour so it ties all the models together, but they also don't look too uniform. You can even skip this entirely and just keep the models in browns, greens and metallics. Whatever is going to work for you is the way to go here. We've already established a solid base in the previous steps, so keep it simple or go to town. It's probably all going to depend on how many Grots you need to paint really. Just a little detail here, painting teeth and nails. You're pretty much always going to see these on greenskin minis, and they look better if you get them painted before the wash. Classic Ushabti bone, can't go wrong. On minis this small, I'm definitely going for a fast overall wash of Nuln oil. Any black or brown wash is going to work perfectly with all the colours we've already laid down here, and if you're painting Grots, you're most probably going to be painting a bunch of them, so you don't want to be mucking around too much. Washes are of course a super fast way to build that shading, but you always want to be checking for pooling. You should never get complacent with a wash, particularly if you're painting minis quickly and in bulk. With the wash well and truly dry, it's time for a bit of cleanup and highlighting. You don't need to get too carried away with this stage for tabletop standard minis, but I think it's always worth doing a little work on the skin of models because faces are focal points, and just some small touches can really go a long way with upping the quality. Mixing a bit of Moot green in with the Warboss green gives a slightly lighter shade of our original base, and by coming back with a couple of thin coats of this, we can start to build up some highlights on the skin very easily. This is just simple layering, and the more time you spend here, the more subtle you can make it all look. Just concentrate on the raised areas and leave all the wash in the cracks and crevices to do its work. Once I'm happy with the skin and it's looking consistent, a final highlight of pure Moot green will finish it off and bring more attention to the detail of the mini. You can even mix in some yellow or white with this and do another level of highlights again. I generally find 1 or 2 layers of highlighting to be more than enough for tabletop minis, but you're more than welcome to get carried away with your own grots, of course. This is optional, but a bit of lighter brown as a quick highlight can work well on some of the larger areas. None of this stuff is much of a focal point, but I like to do it for the sake of completeness. To tidy up the feature colour, I'm giving it another coat of Caledor Sky, and then I'm mixing in a bit of Lothern blue to lighten it up. Whatever feature colour you choose, a highlight or 2 is recommended to boost that vibrancy and keep these areas from looking incomplete. And there we have some grots ready for the table. Thanks for watching everyone, why don't you check out some of these other videos, and we'll see you next time on the Hobby Grotto.